Okay, everybody, welcome back again to our Mother Teresa Hospice Care for the Caregiver series. We are going to be talking about power of attorney, endurable power of attorney, and advanced directive. And once again, I'm the chaplain of Mother Teresa Hospice, Andrew Krasowski, and I'm also here with our social worker and bereavement coordinator, Trish Campbell. Trish, good to have you back on again.
Thanks, Andrew. It's good to be back.
So let's just jump right in it. Some definitions. What is the definition that people need to know? I hear this question a lot with people that are coming onto hospice. What exactly is power of attorney?
Okay. A power of attorney is a legal document where an individual would appoint someone you trust to act on your behalf to assist you with following through with financial decisions and legal matters.
Okay. So the second part, what would be the durable power of attorney?
A durable power of attorney is a legal document where you appoint someone you trust to follow through with financial and legal decisions, and in addition, follow along or assist you with medical decisions as well.
Okay. And then also we talked about in the title, advanced directive. And I know you also talked a little about with me about this, which also kind of goes in with the advanced directive, is the living will.
Okay. An advanced directive and living will are the same. It's a written statement that expresses your wishes regarding the medical treatment you want to have to ensure that your wishes are carried out should you become mentally incompetent or become terminally ill and you cannot communicate your wishes regarding medical decisions to your doctor.
What would be, I guess, in maybe a little follow-up question on when should people do this stuff?
You can do this at any time because the issue is some people wait until they're elderly to do this, thinking I have time. But if you sadly are, for example, in a motor vehicle accident and you become head injured and you're unable to make decisions and you're 35 years old, there's no document there to give to your family or caregiver that would designate what you want done. They have to make the decision. So it falls on their lap to try to figure out what you would want done. You can't appoint a power of attorney or advanced directive or durable power of attorney if you're mentally incompetent. None of those documents can be legal. No attorney would follow through with those. They would not be legal if they were done and you weren't incapacitated mentally.
So I guess what we're telling everybody who's watching this presentation is if you haven't done this, it's something you need to do, and you need to do it like now.
That's right.
Yeah. And that goes like Trish said, that really goes for anybody. I think it's a great burden to put on family members to say like, I want you to make decisions on my behalf and think how you would want me to think, rather than you just saying, hey, this is really what I want to happen if the scenario does take place.
Right.
Do you need, I guess this is a question that a lot of people ask you as a social worker, do you need to have an attorney to complete the documents that we just discussed?
No, you do not. In the state of Pennsylvania, and that's the state that we work in, you do not need an attorney to complete a living will. However, you can seek out an attorney if you choose to do so. If there might be complications, issues that are more of a legal nature. For example, if there's a blended family and ex-wives and new wives and that sort of thing, it can get complicated if people don't have a good relationship. So it also does not have to be notarized. Yeah. You do not need an attorney to appoint a power of attorney. However, a lawyer who specializes in estate planning could be helpful. The power of attorney needs to be signed, witnessed, and notarized by an adult. Just so you know, the power of attorney ends when you die or if you revoke it. For example, you may need to change your power of attorney because your power of attorney becomes mentally incapacitated or passes away. If your power of attorney dies, you'll need to appoint another person to assist you in that regard. So those are some considerations. I also wanted to share a little bit about what is on this durable power of attorney or living will document. There will be a series of questions that you'll answer about your medical treatment choices. And the list of medical treatments would be CPR, which is heart and lung resuscitation, mechanical ventilation, which is a breathing machine, kidney dialysis, invasive tests and or surgery, chemotherapy, radiation, antibiotics. If an infection occurs, you might want to choose to have antibiotics. Also listed on this document are blood transfusions, hydration, which is IV fluids or feeding tube. For example, you may want to choose to have antibiotics given if you become mentally incapacitated, but you don't want any other treatment. So you can pick and choose what you want. And you'll see on the document, I do want, I do not want, and these are all listed on the document. So if you want everything done but one of these, that's okay. And then this is something that your loved one will have access to and hopefully will follow through with if they can't ask you at some point in the future how you want this handled. So that's why it's important to have these completed. As you said, Andrew, it puts quite a bit of additional stress on family members if they have to come up with the answers to what you want done, because they're perhaps dealing with the stress of your care needs and trying to make other decisions regarding your care. So this is one way of helping your family. And
Yeah,
it's
when you were gonna, I'm sure a lot of folks that are watching this are familiar with the popular television show Seinfeld. And I remember there was an episode where Kramer was trying to get Elaine to be his power of attorney. And he was going, they went and they saw, I believe, an attorney, and they went through all these different scenarios that you were just listing. And he didn't understand what half of it was. He goes, yeah, I want this. Yeah, I want that. So I think it's also important that folks sit down with somebody that is knowledgeable about the medical side of this stuff. And that's a service that we certainly offer with our hospice and our team, to explain people what these medical terms often mean. Because it's real easy to just say, yeah, I want this or I don't want that without even knowing, because it's a difficult decision.
It is difficult. And again, people might want to change their decisions as well before they become mentally incapacitated. They may decide they don't want antibiotics or they don't want blood transfusions initially when they complete the document, and then in the future they change their mind. So you can redo these documents at any time.
Is there a place that you could maybe send some of the folks that are watching this some links on the internet where folks could find out more about the power of attorney, maybe from a legal standpoint?
There's a list of different websites you can check into. You can also call the local office on aging, and they can give you some guidance as well. Are we able to upload these in any way?
Yeah, I know I'm looking at what you sent me right now, and I'm going to put these in the presentation, and I'll probably going to have them underneath us. For those of you who don't know, we do this presentation and then we edit it. So I'll either have these underneath where Trish and I are talking right now, or they'll be at the end of the presentation so that you guys can find them easily. We'll put them in the description as well so that you can click on them and take you to those sites. Trish, is there anything else going on with Mother Teresa right now in terms of programs that we have upcoming, or anything that might be helpful for folks during kind of a up and down time in the
Mhm.
history of our country.
Yes, I think we've decided to offer a three-part grief support series and feature different aspects of grief. So we'll be talking about on three different occasions um, this, the issues that one faces initially, the first few months when a death occurs, and then sort of 3 months to 6 months, and then later 6 months and beyond up to a year. There's no magic formula that says you're done grieving in a year, but we'll look at the different issues and challenges that one faces during those different time frames. And then we'll do another presentation on daughters who lose a parent. That's a unique loss for daughters. It is for sons as well, but we in the past have offered a support group, which is not occurring right now. So we're going to transfer that information and support into a virtual presentation for you, which I
Great.
think you'll find helpful. And there'll be resources provided to you with each of those topics.
Excuse me. And I would second that. Trisha's our bereavement coordinator. I've also done bereavement groups with our hospice. Bereavement is so important for so many people. Uh, Often folks really feel like they're all alone in their loss, and they have to figure out a way to deal and cope with it on their own. And just having a supportive group of people, sometimes having somebody who's an expert on loss, can really, really give you different healthy avenues to be able to cope with what you're feeling. That doesn't mean that Trish and I have all the answers. Obviously, we're faith-based people, and we believe that God looks out for us. But we also can't fill in all the blanks all the time about what happens after we do pass. However, it's great to have folks who can support you, pray for you, and be there for you after the significant loss of a loved one.
That's a very good point. Um, that all makes really good sense, Andrew. And you can always contact us if after the presentations, if you have questions or comments about what was said, or you need some clarification about the issues that are presented. You'll be able to relate to some of what's being said, but perhaps not everything. So you can just kind of sift out from the presentations what's helpful to you.
Hmm. Well, do we have any more presentation in this series, or are we moving on to the next one? I know this is our Care for the Caregiver series. I just wanted to see what we have cooking up next.
We had thought about offering a presentation on long-term care. However, with all the pandemic issues and the increase in cases and so forth, we might delay that presentation until a later time.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how many people are really looking at nursing home placement right now. Not that you should not. If that's something you need to do for your loved one, you should pursue it. But I think we'll, um, again, reserve discussing that topic at a later time.
Okay. So for more information on our hospice, we're at motherteresahospice.com. I'll obviously have those graphics up for you. You can find us on Facebook. We're on Twitter. And I'm going to make a little plug for us. We are one of the highest rated hospice providers in all of Western Pennsylvania, and that's according to Medicare.gov. So that's a survey that happens for every single hospice provider in the entire country, and we're one of the best. So if you're looking for hospice care for a loved one, or you just want to find out more about hospice care, I would highly encourage you to check us out. Feel free to call us, email us. We love talking to folks and helping them, guide them through this decision and educating them about really what hospice is all about. So we'll see you guys next time. We appreciate you stopping in. May God bless you.
Are you having a tough time making the best decision for your mom, dad, or loved one during this difficult time? Hospice care may be the right fit for your family. Mother Teresa Hospice has been faithfully serving the Pittsburgh region since 2002. We have been recognized as one of the top hospice providers in the region by Medicare.gov. We know it's a tough decision to make, but we are here to help you. Please contact us today at MotherTeresaHospice.com.